Special Weather Bulletin, Hurricane Erin. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for this special weather report. Ladies and gentlemen, the central focus in recent days is undoubtedly Hurricane Erin, one of the strongest storms since the beginning of this Atlantic hurricane season. After undergoing an eyewall replacement cycle for many hours, Erin has re-intensified into a Category 4 hurricane, with maximum sustained winds near 140 miles per hour. According to data from reconnaissance aircraft, the hurricane is now moving close to the Bahamas, only a short distance away, close enough to unleash torrential rain, powerful winds, and dangerous seas. Meanwhile, Erin's forecast track continues to pose significant risks for North Carolina, Bermuda, and the entire U.S. East Coast, where authorities have already begun issuing mandatory evacuation orders in key coastal areas. In today's bulletin, we will bring you a comprehensive overview of Hurricane Erin, its current conditions over the Atlantic, storm structure, forecast trajectory over the coming days, and potential impacts on the United States, the Bahamas, Bermuda, and the wider Caribbean region. In addition, we will analyze a new tropical disturbance forming in the Atlantic's main development region, along with the risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of the U.S. mainland. Erin, from eyewall replacement to re-intensification. Over the past 16 hours, Erin underwent what meteorologists call an eyewall replacement cycle. During this process, the old eyewall collapses, while a new, larger, and more stable eyewall forms. This temporarily weakened Erin to a Category 3 hurricane yesterday afternoon, but ultimately allowed it to regain strength quickly. By this morning, Erin had once again become a powerful Category 4 storm with sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. The eye is not particularly clear on satellite imagery at the moment, but this should not be taken as a sign of weakness. In fact, Erin's size has increased dramatically. Just days ago, when it peaked at Category 5, the storm was relatively compact. Now, its wind field has expanded 2 to 3 times larger. Tropical storm force winds extend hundreds of miles from the center, and the area of hurricane force winds has broadened as well. This means that even if Erin does not make direct landfall, coastal areas will still face destructive winds, dangerous surf, and flooding risks. Current position and threat to the Bahamas. At present, Hurricane Erin is passing near the Bahamas, bringing heavy rain and strong winds to many of the smaller islands. Local authorities have issued tropical storm and hurricane warnings, urging residents to stay indoors, secure property, and prepare for prolonged power outages. Beyond wind damage, the greatest concern is storm surge and massive waves. With Erin's current size, it could generate seas of 15 to 25 feet, 4.5 to 7.5 meters, in the Bahamas, threatening low-lying coastal communities. Shipping routes and major ports have already suspended operations to avoid danger. Forecast track. Looming threat for North Carolina and Bermuda. According to the National Hurricane Center, NHC, Erin will likely maintain Category 4 strength through tomorrow morning as it tracks along the eastern Bahamas. By Tuesday night, it may weaken slightly to a Category 3. On Wednesday and Thursday, Erin is projected to move parallel to the North Carolina coast, remaining about 140 to 150 miles offshore. Right arrow. This is the close call scenario, not a direct landfall, but close enough to trigger strong winds, large waves, localized flooding, and major disruptions across coastal areas. A westward shift of just 100 miles could bring direct landfall in North Carolina, creating a far more severe situation. For Bermuda, the island nation also lies within Erin's potential impact zone. As the storm curves north-northeast later in the week, Bermuda could experience hurricane-force gusts, violent surf, and flash flooding. North Carolina, evacuations and emergency warnings. Authorities in North Carolina have issued mandatory evacuation orders for Hatteras Island and Ocracoke Island. Highway 12, the vital road linking the islands to the mainland, is expected to be cut off for days due to storm surge and overwash. Residents are urged to prepare flashlights, backup generators, food, and water to last several days. Experts warn that wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour could hit Cape Hatteras Wednesday night into Thursday morning, while coastal regions from South Carolina to New England could see gusts of 30 to 45 miles per hour. Though not all areas will see tropical storm force winds, the open ocean exposure ensures power outages, downed trees, and infrastructure damage are highly likely. Large waves, rip currents, and widespread coastal impact. One of Erin's greatest hazards is its enormous waves and deadly rip currents. From Florida to Maine, beaches are under red flag warnings. Offshore waves could reach 40 feet, with isolated rogue waves exceeding 100 feet, forcing cruise ships and cargo vessels to reroute. Dangerous rip currents will persist for days, making swimming or water activities extremely hazardous. Even for strong swimmers, such conditions are often linked to drownings during hurricane season when warnings are ignored. U.S. mainland severe weather, thunderstorms and tornadoes. While Erin dominates headlines, severe thunderstorms are also unfolding across the Midwest and Great Lakes. Areas including Chicago, Wisconsin, and Iowa are under a moderate risk for severe weather. Thunderstorms could produce damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes. Yesterday, northern Iowa reported 2 small tornadoes, and similar atmospheric conditions today raise the risk of additional twisters. New tropical wave, a potential system after Erin. Meteorologists are also monitoring a new tropical wave in the Atlantic's main development region, with about a 50% chance of strengthening into a tropical depression or storm over the next week. If it drifts north, it will likely struggle due to cooler waters left behind by Erin's mixing effect. But if it shifts westward toward the Caribbean or Greater Antilles, development chances increase significantly due to warmer sea surface temperatures. Final remarks. At this stage, Erin's track represents the least bad scenario, skimming between the U.S. East Coast and Bermuda, inflicting severe but not catastrophic landfall damage. However, its massive size guarantees strong winds, huge waves, coastal flooding, and power outages across much of the eastern seaboard. Residents of North Carolina, especially on Hatteras and Ocracoke Islands, must follow evacuation orders without delay. Tourists along beaches from Florida to Maine should heed red flag warnings and stay out of the water. Above all, it is critical to monitor updates from the NHC and local weather authorities as the situation evolves. We will continue to provide detailed coverage of Hurricane Erin and other developing tropical systems in the Atlantic. Thank you for watching, and we wish you and your families safety in the days ahead.